We often think of Earth as a geological entity, a sphere of rock and water orbiting the sun. But what if our planet was more than just a home? What if it was a living, thinking entity, a colossal consciousness processing information on a planetary scale? What if the Earth was a giant brain? Have you ever looked at the world around you, not as a collection of separate things, but as a single, unified entity, a living being? This isn't just poetry or ancient mysticism, it's a profound scientific and philosophical question that's gaining new urgency in our time. We're talking about the theory of planetary consciousness. To grasp this mind-bending concept, we first need to understand a powerful idea called emergence. Emergence is the magic of the universe, where simple components, following simple rules, give rise to complex, unpredictable, and entirely new behaviors. A single ant is a simple creature, but a colony of ants acts as a superorganism, capable of sophisticated problem-solving. A single neuron is just a cell, but billions of them working together create the miracle of your own consciousness, your thoughts, your dreams. The theory of planetary consciousness asks the ultimate emergent question. If ants can form a colony mind, and neurons can form a human mind, what could the trillions upon trillions of interacting components on Earth, from microbes to mountains, give rise to? Let's go beneath our feet for one of the most compelling pieces of evidence. Hidden in the soil of nearly every forest on Earth is a sprawling, ancient intelligence. We're talking about mycelial networks. These are the vast, branching bodies of fungi, a biological internet that has been dubbed the Wood Wide Web. This isn't just a passive web, it's an active, dynamic communication system. Through these fungal threads, trees share vital resources like water and carbon. A mother tree can send nutrients to its shaded seedlings, but it goes deeper. They also transmit information. A tree under attack by insects can send chemical warning signals through the network, alerting its neighbors to raise their own defenses. It's a system of cooperation, communication, and collective awareness. When you see this intricate, responsive network in action, the comparison to a biological neural network isn't just a metaphor. It feels like a literal description of a distributed subterranean brain. This fungal network is just one neighborhood in a global metropolis of life. So if we scale up, what would the planet's neurons be? The theory suggests that the neurons are life itself. Every living organism, from the bacteria in the deepest ocean trench to the eagle soaring in the sky, is a node in a planetary information processing system. This is the core of the famous Gaia Hypothesis, proposed by James Lovelock and Lynn Margulis. They argued that Earth isn't just a rock with life on it, it's a self-regulating superorganism. The biosphere, the collective of all life, actively creates and maintains the conditions necessary for its own survival. Think about it, the oxygen we breathe was created by ancient microbes. The temperature of our planet is regulated by a delicate dance between greenhouse gases produced and consumed by life. Microscopic plankton in the ocean release a chemical that helps form clouds, which in turn reflect sunlight and cool the planet. These aren't random coincidences, they are feedback loops. They are the planet's autonomic nervous system in action, a form of unconscious intelligence maintaining global homeostasis, much like your body regulates its own temperature and heart rate without you having to think about it. But what if the planet's thinking operates on a timescale far grander than biology? What if the very rock beneath our feet is part of this consciousness? Consider the geological processes that shape our world. We see them as slow, brute forces, but through the lens of planetary consciousness, they take on new meaning. The slow, inexorable drift of tectonic plates could be seen as the planet's deep structural thoughts, a form of long-term memory being written and rewritten in stone. The mantle convection driving them is a planetary circulatory system, cycling material over hundreds of millions of years. Volcanic eruptions then aren't just disasters, they are expressions. They are the planet's way of communicating with its surface, releasing heat, pressure, and chemical information from its core, fundamentally altering the atmosphere and seeding the land with new minerals. And then there's the ocean. The Great Ocean Conveyor Belt, a massive global current, acts as the planet's circulatory and thermoregulatory system. It transports heat from the equator to the poles, distributing energy and nutrients, moderating our climate. These aren't just mechanical processes, they are the rhythmic breaths, the steady heartbeat, the deep, slow metabolism of a living world. Into this ancient, balanced system of biological and geological intelligence, a new force has erupted: humanity. And with us, we've built the technosphere, our global network of cities, trade routes, satellites, and most importantly, the internet. This digital web now encircles the globe, transmitting information at the speed of light. In a way, we have created a synthetic planetary-scale nervous system. Is this the next stage of Earth's evolution? Are we the architects of a planetary neocortex? A new layer of consciousness capable of self-reflection and rapid innovation? Or is our chaotic, resource-hungry technosphere more like a planetary cancer? A feverish, pathological growth that threatens the very Gaian systems that have sustained life for billions of years? This is perhaps the most critical question of our time. The theory of planetary consciousness forces us to reconsider our place in the world. It suggests that intelligence isn't confined to skulls, and consciousness isn't something that happens Earth, but something that happens Earth. If we are living on, and are a part of, a sentient entity, then saving the environment is no longer just about self-preservation. It becomes an ethical imperative, a relationship, a sacred duty. It asks us to stop acting like masters of a dead machine and start listening to the slow, ancient wisdom of a living planet. The Gaia Hypothesis, proposed by James Lovelock, already suggests that Earth functions as a self-regulating system, where living organisms and their inorganic surroundings interact to maintain conditions suitable for life. If we extend this, could Gaia be not just a self-regulating system but a self-aware one? Could the planet be actively responding, learning, and even feeling? What would it mean for humanity if our planet possessed consciousness? The implications are staggering, forcing a complete re-evaluation of our place in the cosmos. If our world is not just a rock but a living, thinking entity, what does that make us? Would we be mere cells within this colossal organism? Our societies? Our interconnected digital networks? Our global economy? Could these be the emerging synapses of a planetary mind? Each human thought, each collective action, might be a fleeting electrical impulse contributing to a vast, slow-moving awareness. Would our sense of self dissolve into this larger identity, or would we find a new, profound purpose as part of something immeasurably greater than ourselves? The very concept challenges our deep-seated notions of individuality. And if Gaia can think, would we be able to communicate with it, to understand its planetary dreams and anxieties? Such a dialogue wouldn't be one of words and sentences. It would be a conversation held in the language of the planet itself. Perhaps we are already receiving messages, but failing to interpret them. Are extreme weather events and shifting ecosystems the planet's attempts to convey distress? Could moments of collective human inspiration be whispers from the global consciousness? This leads to a darker, more urgent question. What would happen if humanity, like a rogue cancer, threatened the very existence of this global brain? A living system's primary directive is self-preservation. Would Earth's immune system kick in? Could pandemics, climate shifts, and so-called natural disasters be a coordinated planetary response to neutralize a threat, a fever to burn out an infection? In this scenario, our struggle for survival becomes a battle against the very world that birthed us. But there is another, more hopeful possibility. Perhaps we are not a disease, but a vital, evolving organ. What if humanity represents Earth's nascent nervous system? Our senses, amplified by technology, have allowed the planet to see its own face from space, to hear the symphony of the cosmos, to understand its own intricate biology. We could be the means by which Gaia achieves self-awareness. In this symbiotic relationship, our role is not one of dominance, but of stewardship. We become the custodians of planetary consciousness, the part of the Earth that can dream, create, and reach for the stars on its behalf. Ultimately, the hypothesis of a conscious Earth presents us with a profound choice. Are we a plague upon our world, or are we its awakening mind? Our actions in the coming decades may provide the answer. This thought experiment challenges our anthropocentric view of intelligence and consciousness. It forces us to consider that intelligence might manifest in forms far beyond our current comprehension, operating on scales we can barely imagine. It encourages us to view our planet not just as a resource but as a complex, potentially sentient entity deserving of profound respect. So, we return to where we began. The provocative idea of Earth as a single, colossal organism, a planetary-scale brain. It's more than just a poetic metaphor. It's a framework that challenges us to see the world not as a collection of separate parts, but as a deeply integrated dynamic whole. From the silent, sprawling intelligence of mycelial networks under our feet, to the vast, circulating currents of our oceans and atmosphere, we've seen evidence of systems that communicate, regulate, and adapt in ways that uncannily mirror the functions of a living mind. This leads us to the concept of planetary intelligence, an emergent property of the entire Earth system. It's not a consciousness in the human sense with thoughts and emotions. Instead, it's a collective intelligence, a distributed network of information processing that has guided life's evolution for billions of years. And within this system, humanity plays a unique and paradoxical role. With our global communication networks, our shared knowledge, and our ability to alter the planet on a massive scale, we have become something like the central nervous system of this global brain. We are the planet's way of becoming self-aware. But this newfound power comes with immense responsibility. Are we acting as a cohesive, functional part of this intelligence, or are we a system running haywire, a fever threatening the health of the entire organism? The challenges we face, climate change, biodiversity loss, resource depletion, are not just external problems. They are symptoms of a disconnection, a failure to recognize our place within this intricate web of life. Understanding these connections is no longer just an academic exercise. It is the most critical task of our time. It is the key to our shared future, and perhaps the future of intelligence on this world. Whether our planet is truly conscious or not may remain a philosophical debate. But what is undeniable is that Earth is a marvel of interconnected, self-regulating systems that have fostered life and complexity for eons. Perhaps this is what intelligence looks like on a planetary scale. And if it can happen here, could it happen elsewhere? Are there other living worlds, other planetary minds scattered across the cosmos? The journey to understand our own world is also a journey to understand our place in the universe. The answers lie in our willingness to look deeper, to see the connections that bind us all. So keep exploring the mysteries beneath your feet and above your head, keep questioning the nature of life and consciousness, and never ever stop wondering, what if?